actually, I went with David Nutter to go to the actual Roswell, and we actually based the idea of the UFO museum on an actual, venue there that someone had. There's a kind of a dedicated space there.
Hollywood has a tendency to polish things up, you know. When you get in a huge squadron of set designers working on your thing, it doesn't have to be made out of tin foil. It can be made out of, stainless steel.
They wanted to kind of keep you guessing. The people that in Roswell, well, we don't really know, but, I can't say for sure that aliens landed here, but a lot of strange things have happened. So when we, we did our version of that, a kind of a heightened version, and, it was halfway between, Ripley's, believe it or not, and a kind of a natural history museum. So we did dioramas, but there was also the, kind of research library and all kinds of displays. And it was just a great place visually. You could go anywhere with it, and it was fun.
This was a show that wasn't done for no money, but it was not a huge budget. It was a small show, and I was always sort of proud of and thankful for the work that people did, our producers and directors and location managers, because it really, we really were able to get a lot of good production value and sell New Mexico, and we never went more than 30 or 40 miles from LA.
I myself saw the pilot of Roswell and wanted to work on this show. I was convinced that Jason Katims had written something that was really special, that had it touched everybody, and the fan base of the show was everyone from preteens to grandmothers.
We got the sense that the audience was very present to us, and that was something that was, at times trying, but for 95% of the time, a great thing.
Action.
All of a sudden, you realized, okay, I'm absolutely being worn to the nub, day in, day out. I'm tired, I'm cranky, the work days are long, things aren't going well. Why are we doing this? And without sounding too dramatic, you would just, or at least me, privately to myself, I just go, oh, well, the fans, they like it.
After, 7 or 8 episodes had aired or something like that, one of the assistants, in the office, said to me, there are all these fans of the show, and they're on the web, and, they're creating websites. And I said, what are you talking about? And I came and I looked, and it was like unbelievable.
You'd say one thing on a talk show, and next thing you know, I got a fan sending me, thousands of Hershey kisses because I think I was complaining I didn't get a kiss, or, all of a sudden there's a Blood Brother website that's dedicated to me. I mean, it was just like the craziest thing. I still have all the quilts. I've got all the pillows, the binders, all that stuff. I still have it, and I thank you for it. I'm going to hold on to that till the day that I die, because it was just an unbelievably surreal experience. All of a sudden, having fans, that normally are sort of like removed, but when we'd go to places like Covina, they'd be there.
4 o'clock in the morning, we could be shooting in the middle of Covina in the rain, and I would look over and there would be 100 fans who had driven from as far away as Arizona. And it was wonderful. They were a wonderful group of people, and their dedication to the show really, I think, was an inspiration to all of us.
The fans are, I think, responsible largely for the show having as long of a life as it did. I mean, I think that toward the end of the first year, the show was in a lot of trouble.
I am convinced that the reason that we stayed on the air for 3 years was because of the fans. Year one, the fans sent everybody who had anything to do with Roswell or wrote about Roswell little miniature bottles of Tabasco, which is something that the aliens drank all the time.
It was thousands and thousands. It was like this amazing quantity of Tabasco sauce, and letters and emails. It was like, I mean, you'd think we were they were contemplating the execution of, you know, the Pope or something. It was like, you can't imagine.
Made the network think that, you know, if there are fans out there that love the show that much, you know, there must be others too that haven't seen the show yet that would love it. And I think it really helped them to get over the hump to pick up the show for a second season.
They got us a second season. They're the reason why the show lasted as long as it did. They're the reason why the show, you know, got the second season. I think they're the reason why the show even lasted a first.
Very motivated group of fans we have for this show.
We touch a lot of people as far as the heart and soul and the longing and the secrets and the love and the romance, as well as the isolationism, what these kids are going through. And I think a lot of people experience all those feelings. And to me, they watched Roswell and they saw either themselves in these sensibilities or tones or characters, or they saw things they wanted to have in their own life.
One of the great things that they've done is they've raised lots of money for all different kinds of charities over the years.
They would come through me and ask for certain pieces of wardrobe that they would auction off. And I remember from Blood Brothers that Max's scrubs went for something like $8,000. And it was all money that went to charity, really, you know, wonderful charities. And the actors always turned out for these events. You know, I'd have never seen fans do something like that.
To this day, I still get a lot of people coming up to me about Roswell, which is always very charitable. Because, like I said, looking back on it, I look at it as an actor, and I just go like, "Wow, okay," you know. But it's nice to know that people actually that people enjoyed it, people liked it, you know, and they were just they were fantastic. They were the reason why I, you know, was able to work as long as I did.
I hope that this DVD is a love letter to the fans, because I think that they contributed so much to this series, and I think made it something that we will see forever. I think, you know, my grandchildren will somehow see this series, and it's a love letter back to them, and I think it's a love letter to everyone who was involved in the show. I think I'm really excited about it.
Come back.